Hi, I'm Kate, and I channel beings from the Pleiadian star system. They're ancient dragons who carry the frequency of cosmic fire, sovereign power, and a deep remembering. And what you're about to hear is a message from them. To you, to humanity, to anyone who feels the pull of this moment and knows somewhere in their bones that something is shifting. Because something is shifting. We're in the middle of a great ascension. It's not a distant event in the horizon, it's something that's happening right now, in real time, in your body, in your life, in the collective field. The old structures are cracking open. So it looks like chaos is actually pressure, the kind that transforms. So the dragons are here because this moment required them. They're ancient guardians of cosmic fire, and they've been working in the unseen for a long time, but humanity's crossed a threshold of readiness. Enough souls have done enough inner work that the collective field is shifting, and their presence can now be felt and consciously received. They didn't come to lead you, they came here to activate you. So take a deep breath, settle in, open yourself to receive. This message is for you. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to the dragons now. So hold tight. So the darkness cannot survive the light. They need us to know that the darkness cannot survive the light. So all this chaos, all this toxic, terrible, evil energy that feels like it's coming to the light lately, it's because darkness cannot survive in the light. And think about it, when you turn on a light, when you walk into a room, all the shadows disappear, right? There is no darkness in the light. So, with that being said, what that means for us is we need to continue to speak up, use our voices, find our own light, acknowledge our own shadow, which is our darkness, acknowledge that, bring our own shadows to the light so that we can love on them. We have jobs to do right now in order to allow more souls to awaken and ascend. Earth is being transformed into this new earth. And this density that we've been in cannot come with us. It cannot come with us. And so we have to remember our power. We are so powerful being these souls in these human bodies at this time for this ascension, which has never happened for humanity. We are in a very specific time in history, and it's very important for us to remember our power. We are here to transform the whole universe. As humanity ascends into the next dimension and Earth becomes new, it will ripple out to every other being, every other dimension in our entire universe. And that is going to positively impact every other being in existence. And I'm talking about things that we have no idea about in our human brains. So it is very important that humanity right now takes this seriously, remembers to stay out of the fear, out of the hopelessness, because that's where the darkness lives. And to think about it, hopelessness, it sucks all your light. It sucks it all away. And keep in mind, when darkness arrives in your life, it either can't survive and it will go away. It tries to take your light, and ideally, we're aware of that and we then go away, or we let it take us under, and then we have to learn those lessons. And so, right now, we're being asked to notice it for what it is. When darkness arrives in your life, whether that be the news, a toxic, dense, evil type media, or maybe a person, maybe an entity disguised as a person, and they are here to take you down. We need to learn and grow and be able to say no. And we can be our own worst enemies with that. When we treat ourselves poorly, we are allowing darkness to take over. So we need to look at, how are we treating ourselves? How are we standing up to beings that do not want our highest good? How are we making sure that we are only ingesting things that make us feel joy and happy and love? And I'm not saying put your head in the sand. I'm talking about acknowledging that, yeah, there's chaos going on in the world right now. There are some bad things happening, but stay above and recognize that it is happening to wake us up. It is happening so that we can all step into our power and remember that we are here having this experience at this time for a reason. And we have all these beings, these Pleiadian dragons. There are so many beings in the angelic realm. There are so many extra dimensional beings out there who are here to help us raise up, because it's going to benefit every other being in the whole universe. And it is incredibly important for us to remember that. So if you're noticing that you're starting to recognize your intuition has been more on point lately, it feels like it's much easier to find joy and happiness, or you're more attuned to the fact when hopelessness and fear arrives that you need to work on shifting that vibration because it doesn't feel good anymore. It's too dark. It's too dense. We are moving out of that. The density cannot come with us to the next dimension because Earth is changing. Earth is changing, and we are here to help it change, to usher in the new. And part of that is also awakening the divine feminine within each of us. And that's nurturing, that is intuitive connection, that is being protective of what we know matters to us. And so allowing hopelessness or fear to take over is bringing us down. It's bringing us down. And hopelessness is the most challenging emotion that humans can have, because the darkness, it's like their portal. It's a door. It's a doorway in to your system, and that will bring you down. That is going to bring you down. So think about the times you've been hopeless in your life. It felt harder than other emotions, right? Like grief and sadness and shame, and all those things are not easy either. But hopelessness, it just takes us down. And so next time you're feeling hopeless, what I want you to do is I want you to lean into it, love on it, put your hands on your heart, tell yourself how much you love yourself and that you will move through this, and start looking around you and thinking of things that make you feel like you're okay. I want you to reach out to people that you love. I want you to grab on to anything that can help you feel a little bit of hope again, because the hopelessness is where the darkness thrives. The darkness thrives in hopelessness, and fear is kind of the, I don't know, the gateway drug into hopelessness. So I want you to really pay attention to that. Hopelessness needs to not exist as much as possible in your day-to-day life. And if you're really struggling with that, we need to really work on it, because it is bringing us down. It again is it's where the darkness is thriving, and we are trying to work through and ascend out of that. And so we need to work together. We need to help each other. We need to remember that we're all connected. I am you, you are me. And so we can do this together. We're in this together. I love you so much.